Let's now see how price and output are defined for a profit-maximizing monopolist.
Pricing decisions for monopoly? Surely, if there is no competition, isn't the decision simple? Charge the highest the monopolist can.
Well, yes and no. The monopolist cannot charge any arbitrary price that it wants, because it may so happen that the price may be higher than what the consumers are willing to pay, in which case he would never get into business at all, as the consumers may not buy any. So, his pricing decision is very much linked to the demand curve of the consumers, a function of the quantities and prices which maximize his revenues or profits. More of this shortly. Another misconception: a monopolist can never make losses. Well, that's surely wrong. Any seller, be it a monopolist or one working in any other market structure, can be in a loss. Mind you, profits or losses are a function of selling prices and costs. If the costs are higher than the selling prices, he, even a monopolist, would be in a loss, right? And as just explained, a monopolist anyways can't arbitrarily keep increasing prices. So, a monopolist has to keep a control on its selling prices and costs as meticulously as a supplier in any other market structure. Let's proceed to see what maximization metrics are best for a monopolist. Extending from the perfectly competitive firm, the monopolist that seeks to maximize profits produces the quantity of output at which MR is equal to MC. This is a law. Any company in any market structure should and would continue to increase output till the time MR is equal to MC. Because if MC is higher than MR, there would be variable losses in any incremental output he does. To extend this further, at the point where MR is equal to MC, the monopolist would charge the highest price per unit at which this quantity of output can be sold. Let's see. In exhibit, the highest price at which Q1, the quantity at which MR is equal to MC, can be sold is P1. Whether profits are earned depends on whether P1 is greater or less than average total cost at Q1. In short, the profit maximizing price may be the loss minimizing price. Monopoly profits and monopoly losses are illustrated in exhibit. As I mentioned before, in some instances, the highest price may be lower than the firm's average total costs, unit costs. If so, the monopolist incurs a loss, as shown in exhibit.
I have a question for you. If a firm maximizes revenue, does it automatically maximize profit too?
Very good question. Well, in one word, the answer is no. Let's see how. We assume that all firms, whether price searchers or price takers, seek to maximize profit. Many people easily fall into the trap of thinking that the price that maximizes total revenue is necessarily the price that maximizes profit. In other words, the higher the firm's total revenue, TR, is, the higher the firm's profit will be. But this is not necessarily the case. To illustrate, suppose TR is $100, TFC is $40, and TVC is $20. Because TC is equal to TFC plus TVC, then TC is equal to $60. the firm's profit, which is TR minus TC, is $40. Now suppose the firm can sell one more unit of a good and raise its TR to $105. Whether it should sell one more unit depends specifically on how much more it costs to produce one more unit. Suppose producing one more unit raises the firm's TVC to $30. Again, TC is equal to TFC plus TVC. And because TVC has risen to $30, TC rises to $70. The difference between TR and TC is now $35. That is, 105 minus $70. Thus, selling one more unit of the good raises TR from $100 to $105, but it lowers profit from $40 to $35. A firm seeks to maximize profit, not total revenue. There is only one condition under which maximizing revenue will be the same as maximizing profit. This is when the TC is constant. Of course, the only time TC is constant is when it is composed of only TFC, that is, when variable costs are zero. To illustrate, suppose TR is equal to $100, TFC is equal to $40, and TVC is equal to 0. Because TVC is 0, it follows that TC is equal to TFC, which is equal to $40. Now, again suppose that if the firm sells one more unit of a good, its TR will rise to $105. Now, obviously, the firm should sell one more unit because in this case, TC is equal to TFC, and TFC we know is a constant. So TC remains at $40. The firm increases its total revenue and its profits by $5 if it sells an additional unit of the good. Therefore, maximizing profit is not consistent with maximizing revenue when variable costs exist. But when variable costs do not exist, that is, when variable costs are 0, maximizing profit is consistent with maximizing revenue.